The next move for HBAR on the chart is going to be very, very important. We have two patterns at play here, one negative, one potentially positive. One sends it to 40 cents. The other one sends it to sub 18 cents, probably and most likely around that 16-cent level. We'll get back to this chart here in a second. I'm going to give a little bit of a price prediction in the very short term. Everything is rallying. Hedera sitting at 22.6 cents at the time of recording. Also want to share some updates and news, something cool that I want to applaud the builders on Hedera for doing. Let's first start with this. We'll get back to the chart here in a second. Ledger now supports Hedera tokens. This means you can now manage your favorite HTS tokens, such as Saucer Swap, GIB, Hashpack, and so on and so forth, more easily and secure through Ledger Live. Head over to Ledger to check it out. You also have this. This was posted by the Hedera Foundation. With the HBAR faucet by Hashport, it's never been easier to explore the Hedera DeFi ecosystem. Users can claim a small amount of HBAR to cover initial transaction fees such as DEX swaps, token associations, and beyond. So there's a link to the Medium article from Hashport, which I'll link in the description. You should read it. It's really, really good. This is the stuff I am talking about. Is bring down that barrier to entry so the average person, the next billion users, which every founder and team likes to say that they're going to bring in the next billion users. How and what are you doing? How are you going to do it? How are you going to make it easy for them? Not complex, super simple, what they're used to, ease of use, practicality. These are just simple, basic concepts. And I think this is going down the right path. So take a look at this. Unlocking the Hedera ecosystem, introducing the HBAR faucet and HashPass. It's interesting. So the HBAR faucet opens in beta on October 1st, which was yesterday. Hashport created the HBAR faucet to deliver a nominal amount of HBAR to new qualifying Hedera accounts in an effort to significantly reduce onboarding friction for ecosystem newcomers. Launching in tandem with the faucet is an additional service called the HashPass, which is an account verification system that aims to help ensure the Hedera ecosystem remains safer from bot activity. HashPass assigns a score to each Hedera account, which in time can help to standardize safe access to various platforms within the Hedera ecosystem. Now, you guys know how many times have you tried, maybe not recently or maybe not, since you've been in the space for a while, but you remember when you try to do something on a network, you try to maybe mint something or trade a token on ETH and you don't have a transaction fees. You don't have the base layer 1 token to cover the fees. It sucks. It's annoying. I get some of my rewards, affiliate rewards from Tangem and TRX and USDT on Tron. And well, if I want to move it, I can't. I need Tron. So now I got to find somewhere to buy Tron. I got to send the Tron over. It's a hassle. No one wants to go through that. I mean, I go through it because I have to and I know how to do it. So it's simple for me. But think about the average person. They don't have to go through that. It's like, wait, I want to do this, but I need this first. And okay, so now they start, how do I do this? And it gets so confusing. Then they close the book and they walk away saying, you know what, this is not worth it. Screw it. So I love the idea. So they do have, I believe it's for new users. So individuals exploring Hedera's DeFi ecosystem can instantly fund their initial account for their first swap on an exchange like Saucer Swap. Also, for existing users, individuals looking to bring new assets onto the network from external systems. So it's for new and existing users. I love that idea. I think it's absolutely amazing. I also love ICP's idea as well of a reverse gas model where the developers can pay the gas fees for the users. I think that's got to be the future, man. I really do. I don't know how they want to bake it into fees, to non-fees. I don't know. We'll let the smart people figure that out. But I love the direction Hedera is going now, and I wish more blockchains would do the same. Now let's talk about HashPass. Interesting. For someone who runs a company and mainly creates content, obviously online, I'll tell you this bot problem is asinine. If you were to see, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna break my flow. I'm going to break the flow of today's video just to prove a point to you guys and for you guys to see that I'm not bullshitting you. And every single day I have to go through this garbage. Every day, I sift through 50 to find one actual comment from our community. And just in case you can't see, I have this on the strictest on YouTube. And so everything gets held. Everything gets held and I have to go in there and manually approve it. These are all scam, bullshit, bots. I can go on and on and on and on and on. So the bot problem is 100% real. And so HashPass is looking to fix that with something called hash score to determine by a variety of factors, including but not limited to account age. So the longer you've had the account, the higher your score is. Transaction count, the more transactions you have, the higher your score is. Transaction diversity, interactions with NFTs, tokens, and staking, and current known asset value. And so giving you essentially a report card. And as your account grows in age, transaction count, diversity, and everything listed here, your account gets pushed to the top in terms of a score. And then you're like a verifiable non-bot, which I think is going to be even much more important as AI grows stronger over the next decade or so. And so I love this innovative approach. I love what the builders on Hedera are doing. So shout out to HashPass. Excited for the faucet. Love that idea as well. So I want to share that little bit of news. Now let's get back to the chart. Let's talk about the bearish scenario first, and then we'll talk about the bullish scenario. So this is HBAR on the daily, price source from Binance against USDT. Bearish pattern unfolding currently is a M pattern coming into a bear flag, okay? Which should take us that measured move, as mentioned, 17.5, I said 16 cents. This would probably be a 17.5 cent move, 17.5 cent price prediction to the downside, okay? Now, we've seen Hedera invalidate bearish patterns before, and I think the big one was, I believe here, we're looking at a potential massive bear flag, but it completely broke out, created a new high, but it ultimately made it into a head and shoulders pattern, which we saw Hedera spill off. Now, the bullish case scenario is an even bigger pattern that's been brewing since June, which is this massive, we'll go like this massive bull flag pattern on HBAR. I do have my Fibonacci levels up as well from this entire move from around 12.7 cents up to this wick high of around 30.5 cents. We've bounced off of our 50. Okay, that was on our way to our first high on this M. We came back, we broke below the 50, attempted to reclaim it, ended up consolidating. This was a mini bear flag that actually broke and negated it as it surpassed its own 50% fib level. And now we're approaching the top end of the flag portion of our bull flag, which is sitting right around 23.5 cents. So the 50 has been hit, the 50 has held, and the 50 here has been consolidated upon and reclaimed. And so this measured move would take us to current cycle highs. If this happens over the next few days, you're looking at a price prediction of around 40 cents, which we got that back in January of this year. Now, we know that's not Hedera's all-time high, as HBAR's all-time high, in case you weren't here for that cycle, was around 58 cents. Okay, so 40 cents, 58 cents, it's not too far off from an all-time high. If I am a betting man, I am betting with the market conditions, with Bitcoin currently at $119,700. My leverage trades are telling me, you can see here, my leverage trades are telling me that we are in a massive bull run, or at least a big leg of the massive bull market. So my bet is we break to the upside. And if you just look at it, the M pattern is in a much smaller time frame. We're talking about, and we can measure this time frame here from when it started to where it is now. We're about 28 days in. The bull flag, on the other hand, this is a 102-day developing pattern. And so with me, I like to go with the longer time frame, the pattern that's been brewing for the longest, which is going to be your bull flag. Even if you remove the pole out of it and you say, hey, David, This thing is too extended to be a bull flag. Fine. Get rid of that. You're still looking at a falling wedge, a falling channel that should break to the upside. So that is my prediction. We break to the upside. We meet a little bit of resistance right at 30.5 cents. And if market conditions stay the way they are, I think 40 cents at an all-time high is right around the corner. So those of you that are accumulating HBAR under 10 cents, under 15 cents, I believe you're about to be handsomely rewarded. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoy the content. We're big Hedera fans on this channel. We have an entire Hedera playlist for you to take a look at. And if you haven't done so, I did a 1-hour sit-down interview with founder Mance Harmon. It was my favorite interview I have done so far. Make sure to check that out. That'll be at the very top of the Hedera playlist. And also come check out our live show Monday through Friday at 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Till the next one. Peace.